This flower on the left was made in the traditional manner, and this flower on the right was made in my improved manner. The first issue I had with the traditional way of creating these flowers is the large gap you end up with between two of the petals. The second issue is a visible knot on the innermost part of the flower. And the third issue is the large visible seam around the edges. In my improved flower on the right, you can see that these issues have been mostly eliminated. Here is just the innermost part of the flower on its own. In this traditional piece on the left, you can see that the manner in which the yarn is ended causes some of these issues. In the piece on the right, you only see 12 interlocking V-shapes with no seams. Here is my improved flower crochet chart that we'll be following in this tutorial. Begin by making a magic loop. Leave the little loop sort of long. Next, make 11 single crochets. Put the hook through the center, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. 1. Put the hook through the center, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both loops on the hook. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here, I like to pause and pull the magic loop very, very tight. Ten, 11. Cut the yarn. You end up with the little tail from the magic loop and the working yarn that you just cut. Pull the working yarn through. Find the very first long loop, the one that you had when you first made the magic loop. It's the little V shape right here. Put your crochet hook through. Grab the working yarn that you had just cut and pull it through. You end up with your 11th little V, your 11th crochet, and the first little V that was from the long end of the magic loop, and a little piece in the middle, which is going to become the bottom half of the 12th V. Put your hook through just this top half of the 11th V shape. Take the working yarn that you had just recently cut and pull it through. You now have created 12 perfect little V's. If you look around the perimeter of your creation, it is seamless and you cannot even tell where the last fake little V shape that you added even is at. Now we have these two loose ends on the back, and when we are tying them up, we have to be careful to not tie them too hard, or else this is going to get pulled too tight and it's not going to look like a V anymore. Make the first knot very loose. Keep your eye on the last little V you made. Make a second knot, and keeping your eye on that V, make the second knot very, very tight, but not too tight so that the V disappears. Now on the back, you want to tuck these two tails in. Get a smaller crochet hook so that you can easily go behind these little stitches and tuck the loose ends away. I like to tuck the loose ends away behind a total of 6 of these little loops in the back. That way I never have to worry about the flowers becoming undone if I were to make a blanket and then stick it in the laundry. Even with all the jostling, the super tight double knot, and the extra long tucking will keep everything nice and safe. Now you can cut these two loose ends. You end up with a perfect flower base and a perfect border of 12 seamlessly interlocking V shapes. Now choose a different color for the petals of the flower. Insert your hook from the front to the back. This is the front, this is the back, from the front to the back, through any of the little V shapes. Get some yarn and pull it through. Doesn't matter which V shape you choose since they're all the same. Make a knot that will be on the front of your work. Now flip it over to the ugly looking back side. Stick your crochet hook through that same V hole. Get the little dangly yarn end, loop it through, and pull it through all the way. Yank it a little bit. Now the knot is going to be on the back side. Put your crochet hook through that same V hole. Loop around some working yarn, pull it through. Now chain 1. Keep this little piece of loose yarn end off to the right side. We are not going to weave that in just yet. Next, yarn over, Put your crochet hook through that same V hole, yarn over, pull through, and pull up. This is going to be the width of your flower petal. So if you want it a little longer, make this first chain that you made a little looser. Now again, yarn over, put the crochet hook through that same V hole, yarn over, pull through, and pull up. Next, yarn over, put the crochet hook through the next V shape. Here it is. Yarn over, pull through, and pull up. Yarn over, put the crochet hook through that same V shape that you just put it through, yarn over, pull through, pull up. Yarn over, put your crochet hook through that same V hole that you have just put it through, yarn over, pull through, pull up. Yarn over, and pull that yarn over through all of these loops. Sometimes if it's a little tough to do so, you can manually do it one by one, like so. And then it's a little easier to pull it through the rest. Now yarn over, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, find the next little V shape, and make a slip stitch through this V shape. Put your crochet hook through the V shape, yarn over, pull through, and pull through that loop currently on your hook. Chain 1, 2, yarn over, put your hook through the same hole you've just used, yarn over, pull through, pull up. Yarn over, put your hook through the same hole that you just used, yarn over, pull through, pull up. Yarn over, find the next V shape, put your hook through this next V shape, yarn over, pull through, pull up. Yarn over, put your hook through this V shape that you just used, yarn over, pull through, pull up. Yarn over, put your hook through the same V hole that you just used, yarn over, pull through, pull up. Now yarn over and pull this yarn over through all of these loops on your hook. You could do it one by one if it's difficult to get them all at once. Now chain 1, 2, 3, find the next V shape, and slip stitch into that next V shape. Now we repeat the same thing for 4 more petals, and they will look very nice on the other side. And this is the ugly looking flat back side. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, slip stitch. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Slip stitch. Now you have 5 petals and we're on the final one. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then the next and last little V. 1, 2, 3. Join them all together. Well, just a little bit of extra yarn on there. There we go. 1, 2, 3. And this final slip stitch, you connect it into that very first V-hole you ever used for the flower petals. Grab some yarn, pull it through, and slip stitch. Now, cut the yarn, pull it all the way through, find where that little initial piece of loose yarn you had is at. Just get it to the back side. There. Now they're both on the back. You want to tie these together nice and tight. one knot and a second super tight knot. Then you want to get a little crochet hook, and we're gonna hide them behind these stitches in the back. Now you can just snip these off safely. This is the back of your perfect flower, and this is the front.